So my live got cut off on TikTok again. So here we are. Here we are. Let's see if we can get some people up in here. Welcome, welcome. We are doing live readings. Oh, welcome in, everybody. Hmm. I thought there was more than that on there. Yes, welcome in, y'all. So, my TikTok got cut off, so we're live here. So, I'm doing the readings here. If you guys are interested in getting a reading or your question answered, minis are $5.55, full readings are $20, and yes or no's are $2. The Cash App is BlackMoon369. I don't know if I can put it in the chat. Let me see. Welcome in. Hi. I'm doing good. How are you? How are you this grand solar rising? That's crazy. Um, no, I don't want to play nothing. I was trying to put my information in the chat, but it won't let me. Okay, lovely. Stickers. Mm-hmm. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I'm trying to figure it out. Hey, thank you for subscribing. I'm doing live readings on here because my TikTok got cut off because I said the R word. So they're saying that I was using hate speech. So here we are. So I'm doing live readings on here. If you guys want a live reading, the best way to do it is go through my Hipsy. So go to hipsy.com/, thank you so much. I appreciate it. /Black Moon Goddess Intuition. And there are discounted sessions on there. There's one for $5.55. You can choose the TikTok special or the Facebook special for the $5.55 readings. And there's other ones that you can get there as well. If you are interested in one-on-ones, go to my Stand store. The link is in my bio. I believe it should be in my bio. Let me just double check before I tell y'all something wrong. Where is my YouTube? All right, let's get to the bio, my channel. links. I'm going to have to add a link. All right. Great. All right, guys. So I did the mudra. The mudra is equanimity. It's the number 33. So this is all about your spiritual awakening, coming together with your higher consciousness, making sure that you are present in the moment of your creation. As today is Thursday and we are and the planet, the ruling planet is Jupiter. It's all about our expansion, but it's not just bigger, but it's deeper. We're going deeper, not just wider, not just bigger, right? Welcome in, welcome in. So spirit and your ancestors was like, smile, be happy, be in this energy of co-creation and happy to be there. Be in this energy of gratitude for the experiences. Digital circus. No. Excuse me, y'all. So it's all coming together, right? It's about being in the energy of embodying what it is that you are creating. Visualization exercises, immersive meditations, where you are literally putting yourself in the experience that you are trying to create, whether it's a business, whether it's a car, whether it's a relationship, whether it's just a way of being for yourself. You would immerse yourself in it. Even if you don't know what it looks like, imagine what it would feel like to be in that, what that would be like in that new car, in that new house, in that new position, in that new relationship, any place where you feel at peace and at harmonious with yourself, where you feel like you are growing on a spiritual level and expanding on a personal level, right? It's being in that energy of co-creation and knowing that you're the one holding the magic wand, if you will. You're the one that's bippity boppity boop, right? You're the one that has the magic. You're the one who is the catalyst for all of these changes to happen. You are the common denominator. So the frequency that you're vibrating on, the frequency that you are sending out your requests on matters, right? Co-creation. Co-creation, meaning that you are working with your ancestors in spirit, God, source, spirit, however you see divinity, right? You are in co-creation. That means you are working with that energy. You are working with your ancestors. You are working with spirit to create the things in your life that you want. The job, the car, the house, the relationship, whatever the case may be. Meaning that life isn't just happening to you. You have input on how that happens, right? So when we do that, and we stand in it, we become the creation. Yes, any religion. I don't subscribe to religion like that. So what I teach you, you can use in conjunction with whatever your faith is, okay? I'm a spiritualist, okay? So if you're religious, great. You can still co-create with whoever you pray to, okay? God, Allah, Buddha, whoever, Zeus, Apollo, whatever. You are co-creating with those energies, right? So when you say your prayers, when you go to your altar and you meditate and you talk to your ancestors, you are setting out a petition. You are basically setting out a strategy of a context for the things that you want, need, and desire. And when we sit in the co-creation, then we are able to actually see our input, if that makes sense. Then how would this work? By sedition, some religions have to be wrong. So how would you help create if it's not true? Definition. Well, the way I see it is this, right? This is the way I see religion. Well, this is the way I see spirituality altogether. Okay. I feel like spirit, God, creation, source finds you in the way that you're able to digest it. So some people, they're into crystals and the earth, like the Wiccans, they're into nature based magic. You know what I'm saying? You can be traditional, which is like African traditional beliefs, voodoo, hoodoo, Ifa, things like that. You could be a chemist. I think that's what they're called, but they do Egyptology and things of that like that. If it works for you, then that's for you. I personally don't subscribe to any organized religion. I do believe in some of the traditional um, teachings of the African traditions. Just for the simple fact is these new religions, they're new and they're based on lies. So I mean, if it works for you, then hey, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I'm not going to try to convince you of my way of being. I'm just telling you that you are co creating with whatever you believe in. Exactly. Exactly. And the mindset is that you are the catalyst. You are the reason. You are it. If it wasn't for you, then these things would not be happening. Your ancestors can't work with nothing. Spirit can't work with nothing. You are the reason. That's why these immersive like meditations and things like that, they work because your mind doesn't know that you're just imagining it. Your mind doesn't know that you're not experiencing it for real. If you do it correctly, then you should be able to smell the leather in the new car, hear the roar of the engine of the car, feel the leather on the seats, you know what I'm saying? Feel the air conditioning blowing in the car. Hear the music that's playing on the radio. You fully immerse yourself in it. Your mind doesn't know that. Your mind doesn't know that it's not real. And you sit in it like it is real. And you do that until it becomes a reality. And usually it becomes a reality sooner than later. The way I've experienced it. It becomes a reality sooner than later. It doesn't just stay out there in the realm of possibility. Okay? And a lot of y'all have done the work already. You've planted the seeds, you've set the intentions, you've set the context, you've done all of the things, right? And now you're waiting. You're like, okay, I've done all the things. Where's my stuff? There's air traffic. Like I said yesterday, the message came yesterday like there's air traffic. Like the runway is full. It's full of things that it doesn't need to be on there. You've got broken planes. You've got cargo, those little cart things that take the people's luggage to the thing. You've got all this stuff on the runway that don't belong there. And the things that are trying to come in that do belong there can't come in because you got debris all over the runway. So spirit is like change your thought, change your thinking, change the way you approach life, change the way you approach situations that are being brought up for you to dismantle and get rid of. Because a lot of all this debris on the runway, if you will, is things that no longer serve you. Worry, um, feeling betrayed, thinking somebody's gonna steal something, steal your ideas, worrying about people betraying you, the haters, and all of these things. All of that stuff, yes, they're there, but at the same time, like if you don't focus on them, they can't really affect you like that. Your energy goes where your attention flows. Like if your attention is on the negative, then 9 times out of 10, it's just a matter of time before some BS pops up in your atmosphere, and then you're like, I knew it, I knew it. These are what you call self-fulfilling prophecies. Yeah, you knew it because you put it out there for it to happen. Duh. But folks don't. I think it's more so people expect things to happen like they happen in the movies. You know, the wind blows and the sky opens and there's all these twinkling lights and there's shit blowing around in the house and there's no wind. You know what I'm saying? They expect things like that to happen. And yes, I'm not going to say that they don't, because things like that have happened to me. They have. But that's not the norm in this day and age. That's just not the norm. So people expect things to happen in a certain way, and when they don't happen in that certain way, they're like, "Oh, it didn't happen. I knew it wasn't gonna happen," but it did happen. That reminds me of this story, right? So there was this flood. There was about to be a flood. They were telling everybody to evacuate, right? Everybody was evacuating. All this, the flood, the water came, just kept getting higher and higher, right? This one man said, "I'm not leaving. I'm not evacuating. My faith in God is so strong, he's going to save me." Okay. So the water is rising, the water is rising. The man is still in his house. Now he's on top of the roof of his house because the house is flooded. And a man came by in a boat and said, "Hey, the water is getting kind of high. You want to get in my boat and I could take you to safety." He's like, "No, no, no. My faith in God, God is going to save me." So the emergency rescue people came, helicopter came. And helicopter man was like, "Come on, get on, we're saving everybody. The water is getting higher and higher. You're not going to be able to get out of here soon." He's like, "No, no, no. My God is going to save me." Another emergency vehicle came by trying to tell him to get in. "We're going to save you. Come take you to safety." He's like, "No, God is going to save me." Well, long story short, push come to shove, the man ends up drowning in the flood. When he gets to heaven, he was like, "God, what happened? I put my faith in you. You were supposed to save me. Why didn't you save me?" And God said, "Well, I sent the helicopter. I sent the boat. I sent all of these people to help you, and you didn't take the help. And now here you are." So you see, the help, God was helping him. God did send several people to help. But because it wasn't the help that he thought the way it was going to show up for him, he didn't accept it and he perished. This is the same thing with us. We ask for things, we create things. Thank you, baby. You know what I'm saying? You do these things, and then you put expectations on how you expect it to look, how you expect it to come up, how you expect it to manifest, how you expect it to materialize, how you expect it to fit into the grand scheme of what you already got going on. You can't do that. That's not how any of this works, because now you're putting expectations. Now spirit and your ancestors have to try and work within these parameters, and 9 times out of 10 it don't work that way. So you don't get what you want. You don't get what you desire. You don't get what you put out there to create. This is how co-creation works. You can't ask for something and then be like, "Okay, well, I think I'm gonna get it," but then all the meanwhile you're preparing for the worst. That means that you don't trust. You don't believe. You don't believe that they're gonna come through for you. You're not leaning in trust or faith, whatever the case may be. I say knowing. I don't do that faith thing. Yeah. Leave it kind of open ended. You know how kids are when they ask you for something? They don't they nowhere in their mind does it fathom that it's not gonna happen. Right? They're just waiting on you to provide it. They be like, "Oh, mommy, daddy, auntie, sister, whoever, can I get an ice cream?" "Yeah, baby, we gonna get some ice cream. Just give me a few minutes. We'll go get some ice cream." It can be an hour later. You done forgot about the ice cream. That kid is gonna come right back to you and be like, "Yeah, when are we gonna go get the ice cream?" In their mind, it's not that it didn't happen. It's just delayed. We going now? So be like that. Just be like, "Okay, this is what I want." You expect it to happen. How it's gonna happen, that's not your problem. That's up to God, source, spirit, your angels, your ancestors, your guides, however you see divinity. Don't come for me. Right? So as we move through these things, Oh, thank you. We're in this energy of co-creation. And the best way to co-create is immersive meditations, visualizations, affirmations. And not these I am affirmations. Try something like I am, I will, I become, blah, 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 blah. Or I am, I see, I love, blah, 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 blah. Or I understand, I see, I am. Like, you mix it up, y'all. These basic ass I am affirmations is bullshit. I'm just gonna let you know now. Why? Number one, because most of the time y'all are just doing lip service. Y'all are not doing any visualization. Y'all not trying to. You're not really present. You're just reading the shit. You're not in it. You're not. You haven't become the affirmation like they tell us in like we do when we do rituals. They say for you to become the ritual, you need to become the affirmation, not just giving off lip service. I am, I am, I am, I am. Or try this, for instance. This is one that I use. It says, this is now the timeline. I am the kind of person who. In this new timeline, I am the kind of person who, blah, 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 blah. In this new timeline, I have dissolved, by stepping into this new timeline, I have dissolved the timeline where blah, 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 blah. Quantum shift, y'all. We're going to do quantum shifts. We're not just doing this everyday mundane bullshit. Let me tell you something. You can say I am affirmations till you're blue in the face and nothing changed because you have not changed it on all levels of the human architecture. You haven't mentally addressed it. You haven't subconsciously addressed it. You haven't addressed it where it's located in your nervous system. You haven't located the soul pattern in which it is. You don't even know if you don't know if it's ancestral or if it's an ancestral pattern, something that was inherited. Or you don't even know what broadcast you're broadcasting on. There are 6 layers of this human architecture that trauma and these responses live in. If you don't attack it on all, identify and dismantle it on all 6 layers, it's bound to reverberate in the layer that has not been touched or layers that have not been touched. As a psychologist, that's what I do. I help you address it on all levels, all 6 layers. As psychology is a clinical spiritual transformation discipline that I developed, you would go through the BlackMoon Chamber Matrix, which is the vehicle of the transformation, right? I am a certified hypnotherapist. I am a certified life coach. I am a certified spiritual life coach, spiritual transformation life coach. I am a natural born psychic, mystic, medium, clairvoyant, clairaudience. I got all the clairs. I'm a time weaver. I'm a dream walker. I'm a death doula, amongst other things. But I use Thursday affirmations. Well, the affirmation that I've been on, and you guys can adopt it if you like, is I am, I will, I become fully and completely self-realized, self-actualized, and self-aware in this lifetime. I am, I will, I become fully and completely self-realized, self-actualized, and self-aware in this lifetime. That's what I've been on. And I say that every day. I'm waiting for my mala beads to come so I could put that energy on my mala beads and I could do my 108s with it. Well, if you get mala beads, I don't have any mala beads in here with me. Do I have any in my money bowl? Okay. So these are mala beads. They have 108 beads on them. This is the guru bead. So you usually start to the right of this bead and you go around saying your mantra. So on each bead, so say for instance my mantra for each bead, so I would roll this bead like so, have your finger pointed, roll it between these two fingers, and then I would say, I see, I am, I will, I become fully and completely self actualized, self realized, self aware in this lifetime. And then you would do that for each one all the way around. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Okay? So you would just do that all the way around, okay? So the way to activate these, that mantra, that energy will be imbued into the mala beads once you've done it 40 times. So once you've gone around there, once you've gone around the mala beads 40 times with that mantra, now that energy is sealed in those mala beads. So you can wear them. When I usually have them on my wrist, I can just use it and just say the mantra like this when things get stressed. Okay. These are Palo Santo and green aventurine mala beads. So these are like abundance mala beads. Okay. So I keep these in my money bowl. And it's been imbued with an abundance mantra. Okay. So in psychology, hey, welcome in. So in psychology, I talk about the 6 layers of the human architecture: the psyche, the soma, the subconscious, the ancestral, the soul pattern, and the energetic layers. Okay, just because you understand where the pattern is, where it came from. Oh, thank you. Hey, boo. Just because you understand the pattern, just because you can name it, just because you know the origin, does not mean that you've attacked it in the nervous system. Doesn't mean that you've addressed it running on an autopilot loop in your subconscious. Doesn't mean that you have addressed as if this is even yours to be handling in the first place. It could have been something that was generational, ancestral, that came through the bloodline. Maybe it's a pattern that you've noticed within the women in your family, or within your family, period. It could be a financial situation. It could be a familial situation. It could be something that has been perpetuated through the bloodline. If you've handled it, you've gone to therapy and you've did your talk therapy and you understand the pattern and you have a cognitive understanding of it, does not mean that you've handled it in all of these other areas. And if you haven't handled it in all of these other layers, then it is going to still perpetuate and have a chokehold on your life. Oh, that's nice. I like rosaries as well. I've had a few rosaries. But then I went from the rosaries to the mala beads. And if you think about it, rosaries are Catholic mala beads because they say their Hail Marys with them. They rub the little beads. They hold it in their hand. Same thing. Same thing. That's dope though. And they're blessed by the Pope. Cool. Again, I don't do organized religion. I feel that it is a box. I have been dropped in the Akasha records. I saw the ripping of the great book, and all of these spiritual houses basically took spiritual consciousness and divided it up and made it their own, and they used it to enslave people's minds and souls. And then half of the people that are out here being the practitioners, the leaders of these spiritual houses, are corrupt as hell. You've got these ones that are out here essaying children and doing all kinds of just diabolical things. Not to mention how many wars have been waged in the name of religion or because of religious beliefs. Like, this is craziness. And then if you think about it, all of them saying, oh, there's one supreme God, or that if it's If they have multiple gods, then they take on all these different attributes of whatever. And then they still have one supreme one. Even if there's, like Hindu, they have a plethora, they have like 500 something deities or whatever, but they still have the one supreme. Like, it's all leading you to the one supreme. Call it what you want. It's the supreme source of all things. Then the Christians are praying to Jesus. Jesus is not God. Even Jesus said, I am not God. I am the Son. But then they're worshiping Jesus like he's God. That's crazy. Same thing with Muhammad. Muhammad is a prophet. Jesus was a prophet. But I don't get into these conversations because, again, I feel like spirit will find you in the way that you will accept it. So some people is religion, some people is Wiccan, some people is traditional, it's Ifa or voodoo or hoodoo or whatever. You know, for everybody is different. So I don't get into these conversations with people because people tend to be a little bit, you know, about their beliefs. I'm not trying to deter anybody from their beliefs. I'm not trying to get you to believe what I believe or anything like that. I'm on my page sharing my opinions. That's it. If you rocks with me, you interested, let's rock. Let's chit chat. Let's debate, whatever. But don't come on here trying to tell me what to believe. I'm not going on your stuff tell you what to believe. And I'm really upset about my TikTok, y'all. They cut my TikTok off because I said the R word. And I wasn't talking about a person. I was actually talking about my computer. But they said it was hate speech. So here we are. So, where are you guys tuning in from? What y'all got going on this Thursday, Jupiter's day? What y'all got going on? Where is the... Well, what is going on? Ooh. Trying to get a little bit of work done here. If you guys have a question that you would like answered, my Cash App is BlackMoon369. Mini reads are $5.55. Full readings are $20. Yes or no's are $2. All righty. All right. Welcome in, welcome in. If you would like your questions answered, my Cash App is BlackMoon369, $5.55 for minis. I'm about to bounce in like 2 seconds though, for real. Gotta get back to work, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. I'm about to dip. What is the eye of Yamana on close up only? Oh, this is the eye of Ra. This is the Eye of Ra and the Ankh. So this is the life force and like spiritual vision. The highest source of vision. So spiritual consciousness. Life force and spiritual consciousness. Yes. I am trying to get this thing done, y'all. I'm trying to tell you something. It's not working. I'm trying to get this report done. Oh, I forgot. Portal 1 of the Chamber Matrix is now open. I... I'm... I'm not gonna play with you, yo. I'm not playing with you. You play too much. You play too much. All right, y'all. I'm out. I gotta get back to work. Y'all have a great Thursday. Remember, as above, so below, as within, so without. You are the change that you want to see. If you guys are interested in being a participant in my market research for Portal 1 of the Chamber Matrix, I am offering it at a market research discounted price. It is discounted from $350 to $75. It begins on July the 11th, so a month from today. If you are interested, go to my stand store and go ahead and purchase it. And I will get you out your welcome packets, your feedback forms, your workbooks, your syllabus, and the whole shibizzy. So I'm looking forward to working with you guys. Yeah. So I'm Audi 5000. Y'all have a good one. Peace.